Did I just claim a second source of honey? I did. That's my second source. This is why we were doing this. I need to find a third, and I can start to make corporations, which means I do need one merchant. But luckily for me, I've been saving up faith for this literal thing. Let's get the seaport tool extension done as well. You know, I'm going to use Henry Morgan to put privateers randomly in lakes, just so that I can use them as little defensive points. People always say, whenever I do the drawings, the bad drawings every day, I always have little funny ones of boats in one-tile lakes, and people always go, oh, actually, it's really good for a defensive thing. Well, there you go. It's a boat in a lake. It's a sea dog as well. Oh, they attacked back. Leave my crouching tiger alone. Beijing, how's the neighborhood? Yes, housing's good. Amenities, good. Let's get back on the food diet. And look at how many tiles I've got in my capital that I'm just not working. Come on, sort it out. That's what I say. Sort it out. We just keep taking cities left, right, and center, and the Incans love it. They love it. I tell you what, Taruga would be fun. 5% science and all cities reach different strategic they have. Well, I've got coal, horses, and iron all in Beijing. So that should, in theory, once I upgrade that, go up by at least 10%, and then it should improve when I get the coal, right? Yeah, I did 10%. Look at that. Oh, it's one of those bonuses where you don't think it's going to be very good, and then you utilize it and you think, oh, that is good. Don't need forced modernization anymore. I think this will bank in. Yes, let's start this up again. Trade routes are really, really good in and out of Beijing already. We've got ones with city-state we are friends with, Incans we're allied to, and we are about to start getting more trade routes because the commercial hub is also almost finished there. We've got a harbor that I'm about to chop out in this city. Let's get another builder over here. Yeah, we're going to start chopping out trade routes, and suddenly all of these conquered territories are going to make a lot more sense. Oh, did I mention, by the way, we are picking up a merchant. I thought I might as well just get one. Starting to build tall extensions on temples and other cities, which means my religion, it's still applying to these two cities as well. That's 34% extra production over here, which is 21 bonus production. This city currently is getting 14%, but that'll increase. Tarsus, you wish to stand against me, a proud, independent Persian city. Sure, there may be flames amongst your iron mines and your aqueduct has seen better days, but you are a strong, independent city. You will stand forever. Oh no, wait, that's it. Bye-bye. What a shame. Never mind, independence was overrated. Mausoleum at Halicarnassus. I think it's really important to say that my one-tile lake really benefits from this. The reason I'm building this is because there are a couple of late game engineers that increase the appeal in cities. Now that's not normally something I would go for, but neighborhoods work on appeal. And I'm thinking if I can use 2 charges in them, that's going to be even better. Engineers will become very useful later into the game for me. Here we go, a market, an extra trade route. Trade routes are so important for me. Just realized how much production my religion is giving my capital now. It's hit 30 population. 50.9. Oh, this is just going to keep getting better and better, isn't it? There's electricity. Seaports. Seaport tall extensions. There's a lot of good stuff here. I think that's worth a quick dip into. Seaports give me a little bit of food and housing, which is good. The extension building. An extra trade route if I've also got the shipyard tall extension, which I do. And there's extra power here. Power yield gives me food and production and more housing. And domestic trade routes to and from this city provide 2 extra food. Oh yeah. What do I want now? What's best? Oh, sanitation is build 2 neighborhoods. That feels like something I should do in this city. +4 will do. +4 will do. Let's do that and then we can boost things. Natural history. As soon as I get natural history, the water park in this city will be brilliant because I've got an aquarium that'll hit my capital. I can put the zoo down. Yeah, that'll be nice. I keep forgetting I've got Owls of Minerva. It's such an amazing secret society, but look, Muscat needs a trade route. It will get another envoy just purely because it's a trade route. So I go from 1 envoy to 3 immediately. Ta-da! +1 immunity in cities with a commercial hub. That's the sort of thing that's weirdly useful in this run. I mean, it's not essential, but it's weirdly useful. Oh yeah, nice food coming in on that route. What are we up to? 33 housing. We've got the neighborhood being built. Beijing's coming along. I want to get to 50 pop by turn 200 though. I feel like that's a reasonable thing to ask, you know? Surging machinery and billowing smoke start the power generation. Oh, that's good. That's really good. Okay, Beijing's lights are now turned on. We've got all of the power plants pushing out kinds of lovely factories and production. I know what I mean. It's wonderful. Oh, 54% production. Oh, I love it so much. Well, you know what? Capital, just focus on food projects. I'm going to chuck gold at you. How about I just chuck gold at you? How do you feel about that? Do you feel good about that? I feel good about that. There is Susa. All right, so we've taken 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 cities. That's 8 cities worth of trade routes that we should be able to boost. Don't forget, I haven't forgotten about the Gilded Vault. Don't worry, it's still a thing. We'll get to it in a bit. But I'm not going to go and attack these cities. I don't want to wipe Persia out. My army has got other things that it needs to do. So I will offer a peace deal, and I will accept a lot of gold in return. Actually, not even that much gold, but fine. My army will just give itself a moment to rest, to relax. I mean, I think we're going to head north to Vietnam. Always quite a tricky conquer, but Vietnam, well, it's significantly easier with a CAD. If I can keep a CAD, doesn't matter if these are Renaissance walls, I can just slice straight through them. Plus, I'm not far, actually, away from infantry. If I pick up sanitation, we'll see where the oil is, and then maybe we'll go for artillery and infantry and go for that attack. I'm not going to attack them just yet. I feel like anyone attacking Vietnam has got to be very, very careful because they are just brutal on the defensive. So brutal, it's ridiculous. But look at this. Harbors, commercial hubs, there's a lot of stuff being built, a lot of stuff to be chopped. Yeah, we should be able to pump a lot of trade routes back to my capital here now. So here's natural history. Natural history is a lot of fun, actually. It unlocks the water park, very important for me, unlocks the zoo. But there are zoo tool extensions and aquarium tool extensions. Now, the only thing you really need to know about these is that they give a lot of amenities to a lot of cities around them. These are the sort of stacking things that we need to make sure that Beijing is always ecstatic. Like, we're up to 31 pop, we're growing at 300 food per turn, but we can go higher. We can always go higher, ladies and gentlemen. Finish that shipyard and then get the water park down. Thank you so much. Let's get the seaport in Beijing. We'll save up for a zoo now. And I think conservation's got to be next. National parks. One of the main ways we're going to get just happiness in my capital. It's going to be brilliant. Oh, another honey. Is that my third? I think that'll be my third source. Oh, yeah. This was such a good conquer. I'm so happy we did this. I really am. Just going around fixing everything with the builders I've earned. All right, going for the gold. Go in for the gold. You know you want to. Military emergency. No. No. That feels unnecessary and pointless. Why don't we just all agree that things happened and it's better that they did? Huh. Well, that sort of forces my hand a little bit. Vietnam has gone in, as well as Persia. All right, then. If we're going to be like that, that's rubbish. These barbarians are so frustrating. They're just sort of sitting outside my borders and I've bribed things with them. But then they keep killing all of my traders. Now, my traders are giving such a tiddly small amount of food and production, but it is frustrating because I'm trying to grow my city out. Thank you very much. This is very annoying. Okay, right. Vietnam is gone for me. There happens to be an elephant on my border. We won't question that at all. That's fine. Oh, that's really annoying. I was waiting for Colbert. This is a great merchant that gives 2 food to domestic trade routes. Literally the same turn. Oh, I find that so frustrating. I was waiting on that merchant. I had all the faith to buy it. Well, this admiral gives me a 3 Barbary Corsair with 2 promotions. I think my entire mission in this game, God, that is horrific. Look at how many things about it. It's just basically to put as many boats into pointless lakes as I can. Actually, there is a night mine on this. It's not even pointless. Oh, are you building me Taj Mahal? That's very kind. Oh, bless him. Tell you what, I don't like having city-states stolen from right beside me. Give Johannesburg back. There we go. Thank you very much. Honestly, so rude. Piling in the era score, there's very little reason for it, but conservation, yes, very tasty. I'm saving up my faith just for a second because Alexander Hamilton, everyone's favorite rapping founder of America, he actually gives an economic policy slot, and that's really, really handy because I was trying to build Patala and it got stolen from me, and I'm not very happy about that at all. What can you do? I'm just trying to work out what to do in my little cities. I think a university tool extension would be amazing in this city because I do have Pingala here, and Pingala stacks really well with that. Lots of extra science per turn. Lovely. Oh, Vietnam's actually attacking me with an actual army. Look at that. That is actually quite fun. Unfortunately, most of it is elephant based. I feel like that's a little bit obsolete, but you know, I'll give you the benefit of the doubt for being cool. The world enters the industrial era. The CYP mod is now giving its full benefits, which is always really fun and refining. Well, I like to think that I am quite refined. Ooh, 952 gold, he says, stealing. Not very refined, but what can you do? Up to 37 population in my capital. Excellent. And all of these are really, really good options. They're really good options, but city life, I still think 15% faster growth in my main city. Look, that's just shaved a turn off Beijing. It's worth about 25 extra food per turn. It's huge. It's absolutely huge. Right, oil. As you can see, none seems to have appeared in my land. I disagree politely with that as an assumption. Where is all the oil? Come on. Just to my north. Yep. Also to the north in that direction. To my south. All right. Oil is not an easy thing for us to pick up. That is really frustrating. We could always go and settle to get it. France is also picking up some oil per turn as well. That is slightly disappointing. I wanted a huge source of oil, to be honest with you. Right, let's get economics. That lets me get my corporations up and running. Replaceable parts is more food in my capital. Chemistry is research labs. There's a lot of fun stuff there. Yes, and I've almost got enough faith to buy Hamilton as well. Or even better, my spy just got siphon funds as an upgrade. All the extra gold. Excellent stuff. Beijing, I'm still just throwing things into this city. A zoo will help. Oh, my first corporation. It's Ursa's Sweet Sweet Sauce. Everyone's favorite honey corporation. 40% growth, 6% housing in the city. This is really good. Unfortunately, products are really, really expensive and this puppeted government doesn't help. But yeah, I want production in this city to be able to produce as many of these as I can. Mashhad is really important for me now. These products, I'm going to just pump into my capital. It's going to be lovely. I need all the food growth I can get and that really helps. Oh, the farms in my capital. The farms in my capital. Oh yeah, these are looking pretty tasty now. That's replaceable parts for you. Comes in a very, very fun way. Now, can we get Hamilton? You bet we can. An extra economic slot in my government is big, big business. All right, Hamilton. Let's see what I can put into this government. We've got public works and civil prestige. I mean, civil prestige is such a small upgrade, but I have to say, anything that gives me a little bit more housing, a little bit more immunity, it's stacking up really nicely. Liberalism, Medina Quarter, these are both tempting, but I'm tempted to just push for science a little bit here. Mega city innovations. This would be 20% additional science in my capital, as well as 0.25 per citizen. It's quite a big boost. Let's see what that does. 377. Oh my lord. There's no campus in this city. There's no Pingala, and it's worth 126 science to me. This city, my actual Pingala city, 144 science now. Oh yes. Time for the Gilded Vault. I've been putting it off for a little bit, but we're starting to get into the place where we can get a lot of trade routes now. I could claim this city in the desert, but it has no strategics, it has no luxuries, it's useless. I'm going to refuse it. I don't want it. I mean, yeah, okay, right. There's some tough troops that have just spawned around it. That's not ideal, but we shall move away. Not stress about it for now. My cavalry can actually come into Anshan and do a huge amount of pillaging, so I'm going to put the pillaging card in a second. Oh, and here we go. This is what we've been waiting for. Chingeti. Suddenly I am very interested in trade routes. This city-state gives me one faith for every follower of my religion in a city. Every trade route. It's amazing. Watch this. 287 faith per turn, you say? No. 570. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is only based on 5 trade routes. Each one is currently giving me 35 faith per turn. Okay, yeah. Suddenly, as fun as it is to get a zoo extension, we all want a zoo extension, but I'll hold off for a second. Trader. Oh, these are so much faith. So much faith. You know, I'm being offered peace, and I'm actually going to take it for now. I mean, I'm going to destroy Vietnam at some time in the future, but I need to get some oil. I need to get some planes. It's, at the moment, my resources are just going into building up my capital, and I am not at the point at the moment where it's a number of cities that is holding me back. Persia, on the other hand, wants to continue this war. Fine. You are very much by yourself in this war now. Oh, no. Someone just neutralized my governor in my capital. That's mean. That is totally mean. I've gone to -1 immunities all of a sudden. Hang on. All right. I think that's just unneeded. Okay, so yeah, we've got spies out. Unfortunately, they're on offensive duties at the moment. I'm gonna have to bring them back. Cancel. Make your way back to Beijing. Thank you very much. Spies are gonna be a problem. Spies are going to be an absolute problem, but what can you do? Siphon funds? I'm gonna leave this one out and then just hope that I can get another spy soon. Oh, I can with ideology, can't I? So that's not too bad. How many turns are you out for, Magnus? 6 turns. Oh, I'm gonna quickly upgrade to Owls of Minerva level, the next level, indoctrination, because I get get +2 spy capacity, and I get +1 immunity with my spies in my territory. So this means that I can actually just immediately pump out some spies. 1, 2. Oh, the production here is terrible all of a sudden. What's going on? -3 all of a sudden. I disagree with all of this. Thing is, all of the bonuses from the tall extension buildings all come from the fact that you've got a governor in the city. So now I don't have that. It's looking pretty nasty. But I've got a choice. I can move Victor in 3 turns to my capital, which would be okay. But Amani is a possibility. I could go local informants Amani. Our enemy spies operate at 3 levels below normal in the city. It would restrict my growth a little bit. Quite a bit, to be fair. But it would be something I could do for long-term stability. I think for now, I'm going to pop Victor in until Magnus is available. But we want Magnus back in the city for growth. The city growth is too much. I don't want to give that up if I can help it. Oh, pain though. Absolute pain. Can't believe that. It's ridiculous. Oh well, at least it happens now and not when I've got like 80 population. That would be very bad if that had happened. Research labs. Let's get flight, radio, and rocketry. Oh, the wildcard policy. That would explain why I'm suddenly unhappy. Okay. Actually, instead of limes, I'm going to put urban offensive in. +1 immunity for cities with a population of at least 22. Good. 1 immunity for cities of at least 1 tall extension, and 1 for each tall extension in the encampment district. You know what? That's actually quite a few. We'll pop that in for now. And anything else I can pop in this card? Religious urban space. I think I've got to do this. 20% extra faith when I have so much faith in my capital. That's really big. Oh yeah, that helped massively. Okay, we're a lot happier now. We're a lot happier now. Spies. Get the spies in. I tell you what, I was going to not build districts in my capital, but I'm just going to quickly pop a diplomatic quarter in this city because that obviously reduces spying in the city center as well. This game is all about compromises. This isn't the perfect population setup. This is a in-game, what can we do in an actual genuine game of Civ setup, and I love it. I love it because of that. Sod it. I'm just going to go and pillage Anshan anyway. Do it. Pillage. Yes. All the extra gold is amazing. We can almost afford our seaport. Actually, for now, I'm just going to build the zoo tall extension because that makes the city ecstatic again, even without a governor. I love it. Here we go. Consulate. Enemy spy level is reduced by 1 when targeting this city, plus an extra bunch of yields in my capital as well. We love it. Another 1,000 gold stolen. I'm going to keep my spy out just for a second, but look at this. We've got surveillance now. There'll come a point where I'll want to bring my spy home, and when I'm ready to, yeah, let the city set up nicely for it now. We've got another spy being made. Actually, just going to get the city back onto food focus and get my other city to make the spy instead. I've got a lot of production in a lot of different cities, so I can push the workload out, but this is good. It just lets me focus what I want to on this city. Look at that, 37 extra faith per turn. It's brilliant. The second spy. I've got 1 spy counter-spying in Beijing itself. I want to try and stick one in the middle of all of these neighborhoods, but unfortunately it doesn't tell you which neighborhood is which. So I'll go for this middle one and hope. Oh yeah, there we go. Good guess. 1 in 3. Flight has been pillaged from Anshan. We've got more plundering to do now as well. Oh, Mexico City has appeared. Okay, industrial zones and water parks and entertainment complexes, they all can stretch further now. That's wonderful. I like that city state. That's good. Ooh, that cavalry took more damage than I kind of hoped that. It's level 3, so I kind of want to pull it back and keep it protected if possible. Look at that. 40 population capital. I feel like we're only just getting started as well. There is a lot of fun stuff we can do. Seaport Tall Extension is good fun as well. Another huge chunk of food production. 2 food on domestic trade routes. Extra housing, extra trade route. Oh, there's a lot of fun stuff on that building. I just increased my food by about 25. That's awesome. John Spilsbury gives toys. It's only 1 immunity, but that is handy for me, so I will grab it. Nestle gives food for commerce hubs. Quite like that one. That's nice. But yeah, I'm happy with what we've got. Should we make a corporation in my capital? Probably should do that, you know. It's going to be olives or spices. Olives is for production towards civilian units. I mean, it is tempting, but I do like the extra 20% culture, and 40% culture is even better, especially because this Yongle bonus is just going to keep getting bigger and bigger and bigger. Oh, I'm sorry. What's that? 20% extra population growth? Yes, please. And let's go production on units, but yeah, I want that bonus. I don't care about loyalty. Who cares about loyalty, really? Yay, it went through. There's the 20% bonus. Oh, that was worth, I reckon, about 40 food per turn. That's not bad. Oh, I'm so excited. Late summer pure honey. This gives 3 food 20% growth and 3 housing in the host city, and it's already gone to my capital. Look at it. Look at it. I'm up to 120% growth bonus in this city, and it's only going to get bigger as we make more of these products. Every 14 turns at the moment. Don't worry. Now it's every 12 turns. I am chopping out stuff in Mashhad. We are making this area perfect. This honey is suddenly very important for us. Okay, my capital's going to take a small hit for a second as I put Magnus in. Take 5 turns, but I think I can maintain it now. How's the city going to play out? Yep, housing's a bit of a problem. Happiness is a bit of a problem, but we'll work on that. Another neighborhood. Another neighborhood always sorts things out. That's what I say. The cards my government have, well, they keep evolving. Unfortunately, I've lost an amenity from all of the garrisons, but we can get other things that are relatively useful. Levy on mass is a decent amount of gold per turn, you know, which I'm very tempted to put in. Oh, so I shall. Go on then. I need diplomatic league in there for a second because I've got some envoys to spend. And Mexico City, well, that's one of the city-states I want to get on board. Buenos Aires is very tempting as well. Bonus resource. Well, if they behave by luxuries, I think they'll all flood to my capital because of the huge population gulf between my capital and everything else. So I'm going to just pop an envoy in Buenos Aires, but we'll come back to that in a little bit. Finally, with my ridiculous glut of faith, Otto von Bismarck, a good, great sovereign. That's a 3 diplomacy policy slot in my government. We like that a lot. This is what my faith is for. Just waiting until we see great people we like and then just jumping on them. Here is Bismarck. How's my government evolving? Well, it's evolving well. It's pretty fair to say. I actually can now, for the first time in ages, put Wisselbanken back into my government, which, oh yeah, you could see just how much extra food that put in. Amazing. Mexico City, excellent. Buenos Aires now has 3 envoys. Beijing is getting an entire population in 1 turn. Oh, you know, when everything actually gets put in together and it all syncs up nicely, I tell you what, it's a beauty to see. So radio unlocks aluminium, and you'll be pleased to know we have quite a bit of aluminium, especially in all of my captured land, and I've settled on top of some. Even better, even better. Okay, well in that case we can go advanced flight. We can get some bombers just in case I need more trade routes. I'm you know, tempted to believe I might. Oh, Beijing, look at that. 494 food. Magnus is back in. We have 137% extra growth rate. I think this city, I mean, we should be able to grow up to 50 pop without any issue now. I mean, there is a game going on outside of all of this, just gluttonous consumption of food in Beijing, but really, we don't really mind what else happens in this game, do we? We just want to see people feed repeatedly, over and over and over. Another 1,000 gold from that spy. I tell you what, even if they get caught soon, this has been a lot. Actually, this one now has counter-spying and quartermaster. Yeah, I'm going to have to bring you back to Beijing. It's fun. It's fun stealing gold, but I think with that spy in Beijing, we're pretty much spy-proof, I think. He says very ambitiously, I don't think any spy will get through. Aquarium Tall Extension. Look at this. Every city around it gets another immunity, but we're just 1 promotion away in Liang, away from parks and recreation, and that means that tall extension will give another +2 to all surrounding cities, so that is really handy. We're up to +7 again. We can pick up Einstein. That's a huge chunk of science on research labs and research lab extensions. Yeah, I wasn't expecting to pick them up, but brilliant. Rocketry and ideology. Which government to go? I do want communism at some point because collectivization on trade routes is really good, but I can't say no to the democracy bonuses. So what I'm going to do is try and do the thing that I very always forget to do. We're going to go democratic, and I'm going to get the democratic legacy card activated. By doing that, hopefully I can have the democracy bonuses and the communism bonuses all at the same time. That in itself should be a lot of fun. Einstein, not a huge effect in this city at the moment, but we've just been growing it out a little bit. Let's get the research lab sorted. Huge amount of science at stake here. Oh, no. This is the sort of thing that I do not want. Of all the places for a tornado outbreak, that's taken out 1 neighborhood already and killed a population. No. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. Can we just say no to that? Come on, there's a spy there. What are you doing? The spy should have stopped the tornado. That's how it works. Ah, awful. That's 13 food that internal route is worth now. That's pretty cool. All right, the game said the tornado will move northwest. That didn't feel very northwest. Oh, it's just sliced another chunk of population off. 3 population lost. No, that's not nice. That's not nice at all. At least it didn't break another neighborhood, I guess, but still, it's going to take ages to fix that sort of population loss. Ugh. Dear oh dear. Dear oh dear. According to my little thing, that tornado killed about 6 million population. I'm not even joking. That's how much that just killed. 6 million. Oh, I'm sure that wasn't a tornado. That's got to have been Sharknado, right? Is that the only thing that logically has the power to do that much damage? I think it's got to be. It's got to be close. Royal Buzz Pollinators. Excellent. Beijing has another product in it. Oh, look at the food. 677. The thing is, the higher the population gets, the more my religious bonus gets. We haven't checked in on that in a while, but I have 40 supporters of Old Bay. We're up to 80% production. Oh yeah, that feels like a lot. Does that feel like a lot to you? It feels like a lot to me. I've got so much faith to spend. It's ridiculous. I've got about 10,000. So let's just get some people that we think are going to help us. Free production from domestic trade routes. Yeah, go on, man. 1 diplomatic favor per turn for each bank. Yeah, go on, man. Wonder production. Yeah. Go on then. Actually, James Watt would be amazing. For each factory tool extension. Yeah, no, we want him. We want him utterly. This is just a plain 500 gold for me, which is wonderful because I'm still building honey. In order to make that effectively useful, I'm going to put an oil power plant in this city. And then we're going to have to actually go onto the market to buy some oil, which is going to be ridiculously expensive, but we'll give it a go. Actually, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. Oh yeah, there was an emergency. I'd forgotten about that. You know it's a good emergency when you forget it was in existence. Oh dear. Sometimes with these big cities, you can actually force the religious population up a little bit. I've got 46 in the city and 41 of them support my religion. So let's just throw some inquisitors at this. Yeah, there you go. Look, 42. The ratio went up a little bit. It's the Old Bay to Pantheon ratio that decides it. And it's very weird. But hey, just 1 extra percent. That's a huge difference. So we'll take it. Hey, now the emergency's over. You want peace? Yeah, go on then. Suffrage. Here is democracy. Got loads of space of extra stuff. Okay, so my trade routes are now doing amazingly well. New Deal will keep me nice and happy. Publican Legacy is fun, but I'm going to put Monarchic Legacy in as well just to get the extra housing. And what do we reckon? Cultural Melting Pot? That feels like a card, which is a lot of fun, doesn't it? Yeah, let's do that. And then we'll put Merchant Confederation in as well. Just watch my yields go very big. 636 science. Oh yeah. Beijing has gone back to being happy, full of housing. It's all looking really nice. And look, a second corporation. This one's in my capital. Ursa's Spicy Secrets. The finest spices you'll ever have. Extra culture in the city, looking nice. Why is Matt suddenly saying, what is this? 2 turns to grow a population with 613 food per turn coming in? Dear oh dear. I've never been more disappointed. Never been more disappointed at all. Maybe this alliance with Inca, to whom I am sending trade routes to, will help a little bit. It literally did. Look at that. 1 turn from almost no food in that city at all. I'm going to grow. Also, I was on, do you remember I said before, just after the tornado, I was on 39 million. So I'm on 48 now. Yeah, it was about 6 million people died. It's just mad. Time for professional sports. Stadiums, aquatic centers, and then their relevant extension buildings as well. My capital will have no choice but to remain happy. Remain happy at all times, whether it likes to or not. So we do have 2 sources of uranium. One is in my capital, one is in my second city, and there's other bits and pieces around, like I've just spotted some over here. Look at that. Easy to grab. Yoink. So I'm now beelining straight to nuclear power. And don't mind me whilst I just burn a bit of faith on James Watt. That's a lot of bonus production in my capital by improving this industrial zone that feeds into it. Ah, look, it's Alvar. Normally an engineer I would bypass directly over, but 2 uses of +1 appeal to all tiles within a city, that will make my neighborhoods very good indeed. You know what will synergize with Alto? Very tastily. It's an Eiffel boosted Eiffel Tower. Oh, even more synergy. All tiles in my civilization gain 2 appeal. This basically makes every neighborhood district in my capital +1 housing, without me needing to even do anything. Just everything higher appeal is wonderful. Plus, it synergizes beyond that, because now these neighborhoods are a little bit more appealing. +5, +3, +3, +3, lovely stuff. I now can think about putting in this card, public transport. Each neighborhood with charming appeal receives 3 food and 1 production. This card will stack up really nicely, and as soon as it gets breathtaking, it's 4 food. It means that these tiles will not be wasted. Even though they're giving me housing, it'll continue to give me more and more food and more production towards the leisure project, which then becomes more food. It's glorious. It's never ending. It's wonderful. I've also reached quite a fun little turning point in the game. Look, I've barely got any food. Work towards my 50th population. Food needed to grow population, 527. I have 773 coming in. I am making more food per turn than my entire population needs to get that population boost. As long as I can keep my happiness, my housing, all of these things up to date, I think from this point in the game, we should be growing one population per turn. I hope. I'll see how sustainable that is. I don't know how sustainable it is, but it feels good. And finally, a very special shout out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Clint Hennis, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Davalex, Skeptical Bear, Cinnamon Beard, Petra Ryan, Rom88, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Boyzoro, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Esri Dax, Deeble Time, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Dr. Bobby, Polar Wallabear, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Victor McPupster, Indigenous 68, Technology Poet, Teddy Zersa. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!